Hey legend, wait. Do you even realize what's about to happen? The thing you did, that tiny act of kindness, yeah, that one, the one you forgot about, is about to explode back into your life. Oh, you have no idea what you started. You see, people think kindness is just softness. Nah, it's quiet power. It's silent fire. It's that energy that circles the world and comes back to you when you least expect it. And guess what? Your turn is coming. You didn't chase money. You didn't fake smiles. You didn't beg for attention. You just helped. You cared. You stayed real when everyone else turned cold. And now, the world is spinning back in your favor. So listen carefully. This isn't a maybe story. This is proof that every quiet kindness counts. Every good thing you gave is loading, waiting, ready to return 10 times louder. Oh, can you feel it? That strange pull in your chest. That's your time coming closer. But hey, don't just watch this halfway. Stay till the end, because this speech, this moment, might be the reminder you've been waiting for. The one that flips that switch inside you and makes you realize you were never losing. You were growing. And to you, yes you, the one watching, you're the reason this message exists. You're the proof that goodness still breathes in this cold, fast world. You deserve to hear this. You deserve your moment. And when it comes, oh, it's gonna hit hard. Kindness is strange. It walks quietly, but shakes the world when no one's watching. You didn't plan it. You didn't even think twice. It was just a small act, a simple gesture, a moment where you chose to be kind, when the world told you not to bother. Maybe you opened a door for someone who looked too tired to lift their hand. Maybe you gave a stranger your umbrella and got soaked walking home. Maybe you smiled at someone who hadn't been smiled at in months. Yeah, maybe it was that simple. But here's the twist. You forgot. You moved on. You didn't post about it. You didn't count it as a favor. You just lived. Because real kindness never asks for witnesses. If only you knew what that tiny act set in motion. If only you could see the chain that began when you decided to care when no one else did. Because sometimes, the universe listens in silence. It takes your small action, folds it into the fabric of time, and whispers, wait. That's the part people don't get. Kindness doesn't vanish, it hides, it travels, it transforms. The hand you reached out to, the one trembling with exhaustion, belonged to someone who was about to break. A person who carried power you couldn't see, wealth you couldn't imagine, and pain you could never guess. You didn't know, but they did. They looked at you like they were seeing light for the first time in years, and they remembered. They remembered you because when everyone wanted something from them, attention, fame, money, you gave something no one else did. Honesty. That's the quiet weapon of kindness. It doesn't fight. It doesn't shout. It doesn't demand. It simply stands steady. While the world tries to take, it gives. While others push, it pulls people back from the edge. You see, power often drowns people. Not in water, but in noise. Everyone wants a piece. Every smile feels fake. Every word sounds bought. But your act, your tiny, humble, honest act, sliced through that noise like a knife. And that person, that stranger you helped, wasn't just anyone. They were a billionaire. A mind so sharp, it built empires, but a heart so tired, it almost gave up. And you? Yes, you unknowingly became the rope that stopped them from falling. Nah, don't look so surprised. Life works like that. The smallest move can flip everything upside down. 1 second, you're just living. The next, your kindness is sitting in the memory of someone powerful enough to move worlds. But you didn't know, right? You just did it because it felt right? Because deep down, you still believe in something this world keeps calling foolish. Goodness. It's funny, isn't it? How people think being kind makes you weak? But in truth, it's the sharpest form of strength, because it takes courage to give without expecting. It takes clarity to stay soft in a world that keeps cutting you. It takes wisdom to choose warmth when coldness feels easier. And here's the beautiful irony. The same people who mocked you for being too kind will one day wish they had your heart. Because the world always circles back. Always. Every seed you planted, in silence, is growing in places you can't see yet. Every good you gave without applause is weaving a bridge to your future. You don't even realize it, but your time is approaching, quietly, powerfully. I mean, don't you feel it? The tension in the air, the strange calm before the return. Because something's coming. That moment when your forgotten kindness reappears. Not as a memory, but as a reward. The billionaire you saved, they're about to find you. They've been looking, and when they do, everything changes. Sometimes the person you forget never forgets you. They remember you. But do you remember them? Nah, probably not. You see, when you gave that small kindness, it didn't feel like history. It felt like nothing, just another moment. You were busy surviving, trying to make it through your own storm. You didn't know that someone out there was watching that moment over and over again in their head, like a replay that wouldn't stop. Imagine that. Your one act of mercy becoming someone else's turning point. For you, it was 5 seconds. For them, it was a lifeline. Because that billionaire, they weren't living the dream everyone thinks they were. They were drowning behind the smile, suffocating under success. Everyone praised them, but no one saw them. Everyone took, but no one gave. Until you. You, the quiet stranger who treated them like a human being, not a machine that prints money. You didn't flatter, you didn't fake, you just cared. And that shattered something inside them, the thick wall they built to keep the world out. They still remember the way you spoke. Calm, real, without pretending. They remember your eyes, not because of beauty, but because of truth, the kind of truth money can't buy. Yeah, strange, isn't it? The one thing people crave the most in this world isn't wealth, isn't fame, it's genuineness, real care. And you gave that without knowing who stood before you. Without knowing their name, their story, or their power. That's what made it priceless. You didn't help a billionaire. You helped a broken person, and that's why they can't forget you. Every deal they made after, every award, every new success, your face flashed for a second in their mind, because you reminded them of something they lost long ago. Humanity. Oh, and they've been looking for you ever since. Quietly, carefully. They don't even know your name, just your kindness. But that's enough. Because kindness leaves fingerprints on the soul, and no matter how time passes, those prints don't fade. Sometimes they sit in their glass office, staring at the city lights, wondering, where are you now? Do you even know what you did? And each night, that question hits harder. The irony is sharp. You've been walking through your own struggles, feeling invisible, maybe even forgotten. But somewhere, someone powerful has your name written in their memory like a promise. And that's where fate gets interesting. Because while you've been wondering why your life hasn't changed yet, something has been forming in the background, slowly, silently, perfectly timed. You don't see it yet, but the wave is rising. Every act of kindness is a seed, but when it grows, it doesn't whisper, it roars. Because when kindness comes back, it never knocks softly, it kicks the door down. And oh wow, when it does, you'll feel it, not as a favor, not as a gift, but as a storm that recognizes your patience. For so long, you've been giving without counting, without expecting, without even realizing you were giving to someone whose world could change yours in return. And now, that return is walking your way. The funny part, it doesn't arrive dressed in gold or grand speeches. It comes quietly at first. Maybe it's a message, a stranger reaching out, a company calling you back, an opportunity that feels too good to be true. But it's not random. Nothing about it is random. It's the moment when your past kindness cashes in. Yeah, it's strange, right? You didn't save a billionaire for money. You didn't even know who they were. But now they know exactly who you are. The person who reminded them that humanity still exists. The one who gave them strength when no one else cared. And they want to give back. Not out of pity, but out of respect. Nah, this isn't about charity. This is about justice. The silent kind. The kind that balances everything you've ever lost. Because you've given without taking. You've lifted others while sinking yourself. You've smiled while carrying your own pain. You thought no one saw it, didn't you? But someone did. And not just anyone. Someone with reach. Someone with voice. Someone with power enough to make the world pause for you. That's what makes this moment poetic. The one you helped in silence is about to speak for you in front of the noise. But let's be honest, life will test you right before it rewards you. Oh, it loves to play that game. It'll make you doubt yourself. It'll make you think that kindness is useless, that good people finish last. It'll whisper in your ear, stop caring. But that's the final test. The calm before the return. Because the reward of kindness doesn't come when you're ready. It comes when you've nearly given up. That's how it hits hardest. When you least expect it. When you've stopped watching the clock. When your faith in good almost fades away. And then it happens. The door opens. That billionaire, the one you saved unknowingly, steps in and everything pauses. The noise of the world fades. The chaos inside you stills. And you realize all those moments you thought were wasted, all those times you gave without seeing results, they were all building this. Every single act had meaning. Every single choice carried weight. Every single small thing was never small. Oh yeah, you'll feel the shift. It's not luck, it's the delayed return of what you sent out. That's the truth people forget. Kindness doesn't vanish, it circulates. It travels through time and faces and moments until one day it lands back in your hands, bigger than before. So when it knocks this time, don't step back. Don't question it. Don't ask why me. You earned it. Every quiet sacrifice, every patient choice, every time you stood alone but stayed good, this is the outcome. Kindness doesn't just change others. It changes the reflection staring back at you. Because sometimes the person you save isn't the billionaire. It's the version of you that kindness was shaping all along. You see, every time you chose kindness, you weren't just helping others. You were rewriting your own story, slowly, silently. Each act became a line in the unseen book of your character. People think strength is loud. They think it's about how much you can take, how much you can fight. But real strength is quiet. It's in the moment you could hurt, but choose to heal. It's in the second you could walk away, but decide to stay kind. That's what built you, not pain, not loss, but how you handled them. Nah, don't mistake this for weakness. The world gets that wrong every single time. It tells you that being kind means being soft, being naive, being easy to use. But you're proof that kindness is armor. You've carried it through storms that tried to twist you into something bitter, and yet you didn't break. You stayed steady. That's rare. That's power. And that's what the billionaire saw in you. Not just a kind act, but a kind soul. The kind that doesn't bend when things get ugly. The kind that gives light even when surrounded by shadow. But here's the twist. The person you helped may have found peace through you, but the person you became through that moment, that's your real victory. Because that act didn't just ripple through their life, it carved something permanent inside yours. It shaped patience. It built empathy. It taught you to keep walking right, even when no one clapped for it. Yeah, it's strange how that works, isn't it? You thought you were doing something small for someone else, but in truth, every good you gave was forming the foundation beneath your own feet. The mirror doesn't lie. Look close enough and you'll see it. The reflection of someone stronger than you remember being. Someone sharper, calmer, wiser. That's what kindness does. It grows you from within, layer by layer, until one day you look in the mirror and think, who is this person I've become? And you realize the answer. This is who you were always meant to be. The pain refined you, but kindness defined you. Oh yeah. Life will still test that. It'll still send moments to poke your patience, to see if you'll drop that light and fight like everyone else. But you won't. Because once you've seen what kindness builds inside you, you never go back. You can't. So when life throws its next wave, you'll meet it differently. Not with anger, but with quiet confidence. Because now you know your worth isn't in what you gain, but in what you give, and how that giving transforms you. And now, here we are. The circle has closed. The truth has spoken. That little act you thought meant nothing just turned into everything. Oh, can you feel that? That chill running down your spine? That's not luck. That's your kindness coming back home. You see, people chase power, fame, money, all noise. But you planted something real. You gave light when the world was dark. You helped someone when everyone else looked away. And now, that same kindness is walking back to you. Louder, stronger, richer than ever. Yeah, life's funny, isn't it? It takes It tears you down, just to return everything at the exact moment you stopped waiting. That's what's happening now. Your time, your turn, your reward. Oh yeah, you did this. You earned this. Don't call it coincidence. Don't call it luck. Call it justice. Silent, patient, earned justice. So when life opens that door, walk through it like you belong there, because you do. Every sleepless night, every sacrifice, every quiet thank you that no one heard, it built this moment. To everyone still watching, till the very end, respect, you're the rare kind. The ones who don't quit halfway. The ones who still believe that goodness has a pulse in this world. You're the proof that real hearts still exist. So drop your comment right now. Tell me, did this speech wake something in you? Did it remind you who you are? Because if it did, your story isn't ending here, it's starting. Keep being kind. Keep being real. Because the world may forget your name, but it never forgets your kindness.